Hello everybody, and just here and welcome back to Shield Hero Season 2, Episode 5. It's a little bit later than usual, but I had to record Review Starlight for my Patreon because I didn't record it earlier because I was suffering the biggest throat ache in my recent memory. Thankfully I'm better now. My throat is still a little bit sore, a little bit hoarse, a little bit coarse, but I'll manage. And let's just watch some Shield Hero, right? In the last episode, it finally started getting a little bit better, honestly. First of all, Risha now finally realized that she's part of Naofumi's party right now. Sure, she might decide to go back to Itsuki eventually, but right now, she's part of Naofumi's party, and she should be loyal to him, and she should be following him. She's now a part of Shield Heroes party. Not bow heroes, not spear heroes, not sword heroes, Shield heroes. So that's one annoyance taken care of, so to speak, because it was fairly annoying to me that she was essentially using Naofumi for her own purposes. It didn't sit well with me. And now it seems like we're getting better in that regard. She also, her confidence also kinda improved. She had some nice talk with the familiar of the spirit tortoise. I forgot her name, sorry for that. And I think that really pepped her up a little bit, that kind of a pep talk. And the familiar girl also got some improved morale, right? She is welcome by others because she is their ally, and her, her feelings regarding herself, her self-confidence also is improving, which is great. And I really hope that she will become a member of our party. I don't know how. I don't know if it's possible, but just maybe, just on the off chance. I mean, Glass is a ghost kinda being. I'm assuming that's kinda sorta similar to a familiar, so maybe a familiar can live without its master. Maybe if she gets into a slave contract with Naofumi, then she will have a new master in Naofumi and she will be able to survive. I don't know. All I do know is that I want her to stick around. Speaking of Glass, she appeared again, and so did the Scythe hero and the Gem hero, whose names elude me right now. But they did appear by the very end of the previous episode, and the meeting place was certainly peculiar because they met them inside of the spirit tortoise. What are they doing there? What is their goal? I have no clue. Should their goals be aligned? That's great. I really like them working as a team. I really did. If they are there to fight, if Glass and her compatriots are here to defend the spirit tortoise, I guess it's gonna give us some nice action at least, so it's not gonna be entirely a loss. What's their goals? I have no clue. What's gonna happen next? I have no clue. Were they the ones who broke the seal on the tortoise and let it run rampant? Somehow I doubt it. I doubt it. My doubts are placed probably on the book hero, quote unquote, the dude with a book who's shown in the opening. I'm assuming book hero, but it might just be some random dude who decided it's time to awaken the ancient spirit tortoise. Sorry, I still have a little bit of sniffles left after my throat ache. And yeah, that's essentially it. Right now we are inside of the tortoise, and we met Lark. Lark, that's the name of the Scythe hero, and the Gem hero, whose name still eludes me, and Glass. What's gonna happen? Well, we have to see, right? So, subs, There we go. Sound. And let's roll. Do I have focus? I do have focus. So, we are ready to watch episode 5, is it? It is. Episode 5 of Shield Hero Season 2. Version by subs, please, as usual. And it's gonna be starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, where are you actually? Is the flashback? But it doesn't sit well with you. Yep. You're starting to become your very own character. Interesting. And that's just water with lemon and linden honey. Yeah, linden honey. I'm guessing that's the dude who woke up the spirit tortoise, and that's the book dude. Yep. Okay, so it's a flashback. It's a dream. A flashback dream. Okay, last time in Dragon Ball Z. Fairies. Okay, fairies. Does glass have a different dress? Yeah, she used to wear a kimono. But now she's wearing proper armor. Well, proper. By fantasy standards, proper. Okay, that's good. They also need to kill it. Okay, our goals are aligned. I like it. Thank you. Looks like Lark and Therese are yet again gonna be cooperating with Naofumi, and even Glass for a change. Makes me wonder. That gives them an opportunity to talk things out, doesn't it? And with so many new, fresh perspectives, last time they had a chance to just casually talk. Neither of them had any idea that the other is a hero from another world, right? Now they do know about it. Now we also have Risha accompanying us, and now we also have the familiar girl. Now we also have Glass, who's not gonna be an enemy this time around. So a lot of new fresh perspectives. Perhaps they will come to the same conclusion I did, that if the issue of waves is something deeper, something more, not just something on the surface of one of the worlds, but some force in the multiverse or whatever, perhaps there's a way to stifle the issue at its core. I don't know what that way would be, but perhaps it's worth entertaining the thought, right? I'm assuming the spirit tortoise going rampant isn't great. Oh! Huh? Okay, so every world has its own spirit beast. Okay. In this world, and not just in this world, in every world. Yep. I like her new hairstyle. Perfectly reasonable. Oh, come on now, Fumi. Okay, he doesn't want to be attached to them. Essentially. He already got attached to them once and quote unquote betrayed, and he doesn't want that to happen again. Reasonable, yeah. Whether it's for the best or not, that's arguable, but it certainly is reasonable. I don't know, shoot some fireballs at it to cauterize the wound, pour some acid, place some bombs, something to slow down its regeneration? Sure, you had trouble killing it when it was alive and actively attacking, but now you do have the means to slow down its regeneration, right? You go, Mirelia. You go. Yeah, actually. Lark is trustworthy. Lark and Therese are enemies, but they are trustworthy. They're enemies by necessity, not by will. If they had a choice, they wouldn't be enemies. They'd be our party members. And her name is Ost. I remember now. The opposite, actually. Probably not. Okay, more powerful monsters. I like Glass's new style. Not gonna lie. I liked her in a kimono, but I also like her in this style. It's stuck in place, it cannot spin. Only seven? Or seven souls left? Okay, so they did find the heart, after all. Yep, sounds reasonable. It probably dies. I mean, yeah. It's not like you can reseal it. At least I don't think you can. But she's suddenly feeling emotions. Yep. She's having emotions, she's having doubts, she's having some self realization. I mean, question remains what happens with Ost when the turtle dies. Tortoise, sorry. It's a very creepy look on Raphtalia when she's speaking like that to the camera with a smile on her face. I mean, your goal is the heart, so you enter a vein? Or you enter a hidden passage? Sure. Okay, what happened to Lark, Therese, and Glass? They were defeated, clearly. Whomst? The book dude. Has to be. It is the book dude. Yeah, the book hero. I mean, sure, why not? What does your ability to fly has to do with books, my dude? A mirage? Yeah. Kinda. Oh, music picking up. Reasonable. Not gonna argue with that. Glasses party. Or Lark's party, sure. Oh. Okay. Fake. Okay, so they weren't defeated. That's good. Which home? Shield Prison? Iron Maiden? I do. I like him as a villain. What about the 7-star heroes? Oh, it has eyes. Is this not the heart? Does the heart have eyes? Is the heart its own creature? Okay, so the heart has eyes. Gotcha. And it paints us. Okay, interesting. Every strike the the tortoise receives is a strike on Ost, essentially. Hmm. Was that enough to kill the heart? Flashback again, I'm guessing. Or not. Is it gonna regrow? No. Just a flood of blood. Is it flashback? Is it Ost's dream? Hell's going on? Hell's that? That looks like a slave crest. Explain? CS Ost, yep, is still alive. Because the tortoise, in the last moments of its life, released Ost to be her own being. Or is the tortoise still alive? Motherfucker! What's it gonna take to kill it? Yeah, it's a slave crest. Okay. You gotta destroy its kidneys or something? They're gonna cliffhanger us, aren't they? Is it alive again? It is. Cliffhanger. Roll the credits. Okay, not quite yet. Hell's that? Okay, so that's the crystal that she touched and she gained the slave crest. And that's the same crest. Next episode, boss fight with the book dude. Enlighten us, please. Okay, I guess I am. Now explain, please. Ah, okay. That's the spirit tortoise. Okay. So, how are we going to solve that conundrum? I guess we'll see in the next episode. Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. Makes sense, I guess. That Ost would be essentially the tortoise itself. Question is how to handle that issue. Do you just stab Ost and are done with it? Or I'm assuming Naofumi is gonna try to save Ost somehow, but how? Destroy the control chamber? Destroy the crystal? Maybe a slave crest is a solution after all. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, don't. Copyright 2021 Kadokawa. Racing to catch up. So it was supposed to release in 2021, I guess. Okay, let's go through it again, shall we? I feel a sneeze coming. But it's not coming. I fucking hate it. Okay. Fucking hate when a sneeze is about to arrive, but it cocks you in the end. Cock blocks you. Sneeze blocks you. I've done my duty and taken many souls. I did it to protect the world. But is taking the souls of all those people laughing, smiling, and being friendly really worth it in the end? And yeah, why does a mere familiar need these feelings? I was initially thinking that Ost is slowly becoming like her own character, her own individual. She's kind of separating from the spirit tortoise, that perhaps it's either the interference of whoever it was that release the tortoise, that's slowly separating her, or is the fact that the tortoise was attacked and heavily damaged that damaged their bond, or it's, I don't know, plethora of other things. And she's slowly becoming more and more human, less and less a familiar. But apparently, she has those feelings and emotions and whatnot because she's not a familiar, she is the tortoise. That also explains why she already was within the tortoise when the book dude arrived. Lark, Theresa, Therese, and Glass. And the book hero is from Glass's world. Interesting. Okay, let's take a brief look at the OP. Can we infer something more from here? This bit. It looks like the heroes are, I don't know, attached to some organic things, which makes me think maybe they are stored somewhere within the tortoise. It swallowed them and incorporated them. Something like that. Because they went to fight the tortoise and nobody heard of them since. So were they eaten? They weren't killed. Titoria says so. I guess they are being kept alive in the tortoise's stomach. Something like that. Probably. And everybody wants to defeat the book dude. Because he's not just a scourge on the face of this world, he's a scourge on the face of both worlds, and probably also other ones. It is implied, at least, that there are many, many worlds, and every world has a spirit beast, and the book hero is after all of them. Interesting. I really like Glass's new style. I like her breastplate with a little tiny gem. I love her hairstyle. Do we get a better view at her? I don't think we do. Maybe later on. And yeah, you go your way. I'm not gonna interfere with you, but I don't want to pair up. Of course he wouldn't. He was burned once when they formed a party on the whatever island. Naofumi was attached to them. And then it turned out that they are after Naofumi's head. And that was yet another moment when he was betrayed. And Naofumi doesn't like betrayal very much, and who can blame him, really? So now he, again, doesn't want to join up with them, only to then have to fight to the bitter end against them, against each other. Reasonable, perfectly reasonable. Sure, they would probably have better chance at fighting, they would have much more firepower if they were to go together. But what Naofumi says, what Naofumi thinks, is perfectly reasonable. It's not out of nowhere that Naofumi denies their offer. He has his reasons. He has very solid reasons. And again, why don't you try to slow down this this regeneration? You have mages, you have the 7-star heroes, you have like bombs, you have all sorts of things. Try to slow it down. Start cutting it up to pieces, right? Start ripping chunks of flesh from it to slow down its regeneration. The more you remove, the more it will have to regenerate, the more time it will have to spend. At least that's my assumption. Although from what we were shown, the regeneration is pretty much instantaneous, so I don't know how much effect would that really have. I'm going to destroy the heart. It's up to us to stop its advance until them. With what though? Your army is pretty useless against it. So are your mages and your sappers. We don't know that for sure. Lark is trustworthy. We know that for sure. We're close. Lark and his team went completely the opposite way. I think we got some better view on glass somewhere around this scene. Okay, it's just a regular tunic with a breastplate, some gloves, some knee protectors, some tiny little dinky thigh protectors, high-heeled boots. That's very glass. That's very glass, I gotta say. Swish swoosh, and it's done. This this is interesting. This is interesting. This hourglass. It's kept in place. It's clearly not meant to flip around. Does it signify the stopping of the dragon hourglasses? Is this like the master hourglass? If you stop this one from moving, then no other hourglass will move? Or is the recipe to prevent the catastrophes from occurring, just to chain the hourglass up so it doesn't move? And if it doesn't move, then no catastrophe will appear in this region. Would be kind of funny, not gonna lie. Would be very fucking funny, actually. But I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. But it would be extremely funny if it turns out that no one ever tried it. And then they just put some chains on it to keep it in place, and the timer just stops. And the problem of waves is solved just like that. Not gonna lie, very anticlimactic, sure, but funny. What does this icon mean? It shows the number of souls taken by the spirit tortoise. 7. I don't think it only took 7 souls. I don't think there's only 7 souls remaining either, because when the spirit woke up, it was showing 7. And the tortoise killed a lot of people in that time, from then to now. So, Or is it that the book hero is collecting the souls for himself? Using the tortoise as a vacuum, essentially, to gather the souls, but none of the souls are really getting to the tortoise. The tortoise was able to absorb only 7 souls. The rest went to the book hero. That's an interesting thought. Actually, I have my notebook for a reason. Come on. There we go. That's review Starlight. Okay, let's say Shield Hero is gonna be here. Would you look at that? I'm actually crafting some theories about Shield Hero. I actually have a reason to. Something actually interesting is happening. What's going on? Is this really Shield Hero Season 2 that we're watching right now? Hard to believe, isn't it? Shield Hero. There we go. What was my theory? The book dude is stealing souls. The book dude is stealing souls. Tortoise was able to absorb only 7. Was able to absorb only 7. First Shield Hero theory. Wow, would you look at that? Okay. Have been gathered and transformed into the spirit tortoise's power. Yes. It's to show how many souls have been gathered and transformed into the spirit tortoise's power. So, 7. But also, I'm assuming the amount of grains of sand within this hourglass, which is clearly more than 7. So, I don't know. Anybody's guess at this point. Yeah, the most we can do is release the tortoise from the grasps. I really like Glasses get up. Holy shit, I just noticed Theresa's face. What the fuck happened to you, girl? Therese? What the heck? What? What did they do to you? What did they do to you? Theresa? I'm gonna have to... Okay. Enhance. Jesus Christ, Therese! Can I window capture this? No, not this one. This. What happened to you, Therese? Can I make it even bigger? I don't know how. Are you fucking serious? Therese? Wait. It's not Mimi enough. I need bigger. Paint. Do you see paint? You do see paint. There we go. What did they do to her? What did they do to Therese? Also, Lark. Look at Lark's face. Ah. What the hell happened to Lark? I'm having a Lark, alright. The heroes, ladies and gentlemen. The heroes. Oh. It's good to have a little bit of a laugh, a little bit of fun. And it's not just a smear frame. It's... Do you hear me tapping? Do you hear how many frames there is? Do you hear how many frames there is? Did you hear that? Holy shit. I knew they were taking shortcuts in animation and art. And it's reasonable to do that when the characters are like in the background, or there's a smear frame, or it's fast-paced combat where you wouldn't even notice their faces because everybody's moving, jumping around and whatnot. But this is a scene focused solely on them. They're not in the background. There isn't any riveting action to take your, attention away from their faces. I need to see it in its entire length. How long is it actually? So we can count frames, but... Holy hell. Holy hell. Yeah, if it means stealing the lives and smiles of those who fought alongside me, are the souls of the people who smile like that, like they did what I really need to protect? Yes. But hey, we all can think we are all comrades now. And Naofumi thinks the same. We are all with you, Ost. convenient passageway. Here's the heart and here's the book dude. I like him. Not like... I like him as a villain. You know? I don't know his motivations, but I like his presence, his presentation. He's not a boring villain, right? He's not some old dude full of resentment for whatever bullshit that happened 200 years ago. He's fresh. He's fun. He's, I guess, kind of unpredictable, but mostly fun and very sarcastic and laughs at everything, at everybody. Tries to do a little bit of trolling, a moderate amount of tomfoolery, right? That kind of a villain. I find this archetype of a villain fairly compelling, so props for that. Props for making the villain not boring, for creating a villain I care about. Yeah, for creating a villain I care about. He hasn't shown himself, at least as of yet, as completely irredeemable either. You know, the kind of villains that are immediately shown as inherently and entirely and wholly irredeemable. The villain who kicks puppies for the sake of kicking puppies to exemplify just how evil, just how villainous he is. He's not that. And I like that. At least from what we were shown. Sure, he's massacring entire worlds by trying to control spirit beasts, but he's not petty evil, so to speak, right? He's not... Yeah, I think that's actually like the best term to use. He's not petty evil. He has big, grandiose plans, whatever those plans might be. He's thinking of all the people his actions are gonna kill in terms of statistic, essentially. He doesn't care about individual deaths. He cares about the goal. You often have villains who are very, very personal and very quote-unquote intimate about their villainy. Sure, they are committing genocide somewhere in some random country, yes, but also they are shown to slap that one particular man in the face. They are shown to rape that one particular woman for no other reason but to show an example of just how evil and atrocious and irredeemable they really are. Hate them, please. Hate them. He's not that. Not yet. And I don't think he will be. He's not going to be, you know, hunting down individual villagers. He doesn't give a fuck if some of them manage to run away. He really doesn't. I like that. A fairly fresh take on a villain. Yeah, stop asking other people for help and find out for yourself, baka. And Lark and the others are fighting fake hearts because he did a little bit of trolling. And he's having fun with it. He's having fun with his villainy. That's also very, you know, I can appreciate a man just trying to have some fun. Yeah, can you tell me what you want? I'm a busy guy. Release your control. Is that an order or request? Yeah, you know, I'm not just gonna say sure, got it. I like him. He's not quite breaking the fourth wall, but he's doing away with a lot of the tropes associated with a villain, usually. I like it. He's a very fun character. It would be too much work to do it here. Yes, probably because other worlds have competent heroes, and this world doesn't really. It only has Naofumi when we're talking of competent heroes. the other three are probably eaten and inside of the tortoise somewhere attached with umbilical cords and whatnot. Mm-hmm. This is my will and the will of the tortoise. You're the easiest to understand of them all. Good luck, and he fucks off. And now the heart proceeds to defend itself. Interesting. This weird vision. The vision of the heart being destroyed and some blood flooding out of it. I think this is like... This is the past. This is the flashback, I think. This is the flashback. This is current time. This is flashback again. That's the crystal in the control chamber. And she gained the slave crest by touching the tortoise. And now she's crying. So that's it. Okay, I get it. It's all falling into place. I got it. She gets that, so that's it. Yes, so that's it. I am the tortoise. The realization came through. I'm not just a familiar. I regained all of my memories. I'm not just a familiar of the tortoise. I am the tortoise. And she's crying. Because she realizes that she will have to die if the tortoise is to die. And that her not dying is what contributed to the tortoise running rampant and killing so many. And she has feelings of guilt over it. She didn't know that her dying would make the tortoise stop in its tracks. She didn't know that, but she's still feeling guilty about it. I think that's what those tears mean. Initially, I thought that this scene here is that this is like the real heart of the tortoise, and it's just her vision. She's touching the tortoise crystal, and in its last living moments, the tortoise, I don't know, embeds a fragment of itself within her so that she can be a free person, a free individual, not just a familiar. And the tortoise then dies, and that's why she's crying. And this is the tortoise's body, tortoise's soul, dissolving and releasing all the souls that it ate. And that's why Ost is crying. Because the tortoise gave her her freedom and then proceeded to dissolve and disappear. But it ain't so easy. Apparently the tortoise is still alive. I command myself to reveal the path to my deepest depths. Myself and my deepest depths. I thought she was speaking figuratively, but yeah, it was one of the pieces of foreshadowing that Ost is the tortoise. It spewed some blood and just regrew. Welcome to the tortoise's deepest depths. You figured it out. Yeah, if only you killed Ost, you could have avoided all of it. You could save the spirit tortoise itself. And how are we going to solve that issue? That's what I want to know. Racing to Catch Up. It's a very interesting title. I have absolutely no context or not the slightest notion of what that could possibly mean. But this is the title of our next episode. So it is what it is. That was genuinely a good episode. Like, story-wise and character-wise, I guess. Sure, we spent a grand old time laughing at the art of Lark and Therese. Holy shit, was it bad. But what matters the most, the story and the characters, and we are getting better and better. We certainly are. Uh, it's perhaps not quite like Shield Hero Season 1 levels of storytelling and character building, but as far as Season 2 is concerned, this episode is probably one of the best. As of yet. It's only episode 5, we're not even halfway through, so it's hard to speak of like the entire series, right? The series isn't over yet. The season, rather, isn't over yet. But overall, I had a good time. While watching it, I certainly didn't notice anything that would really make me scratch my head, so to speak. And anything that I was wondering about, that I was thinking of, that was kind of weird during the course of this episode, eventually fell into place. And I like it. I appreciate it. What else? Some of the combat scenes, some of the action scenes weren't the worst either. There weren't many of them, and some of them were fairly static, but I'd rather have decent static action scenes than garbage, fully dynamic action scenes, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm used to slideshows, I'm used to sliding PNGs. Those are everywhere in anime. Like, even like the final episodes of Symphogear Season 1, an anime that amassed such a huge following and is so well regarded. Even those moments, even those last episodes, the grand finale had some sliding PNGs. So I'm honestly willing to forgive that, as long as storytelling and characters and world building are good. And they seem to be. The whole arc with the Spirit Tortoise itself, not quite buying it. Not a huge fan of straying from the main plot of the Waves. But since we're already in that arc, it's doing good. This episode in particular. Very rough start for the season, for sure. But we're slowly getting there. We're slowly getting better. Animation and art suffers, sure. They are like clear shortcuts, clear budget deficiencies, clear time constraints, which is weird because how many years ago was Season 1, and pretty much barely after Season 1 ended, they already greenlit Seasons 2 and 3. How much time did they have to make this season? It was even delayed. And this is what they serve us. I'm guessing they tried to ride on the coattails of Season 1. On the name, on brand recognition, essentially. It's Shield Hero, so of course people are gonna watch it, and people will! People were hyped for it, incredibly so. But I guess short-term goals trump long-term goals, because sure, many people probably tuned into episode 1, and some of them perhaps even finished it, but I can certainly see the viewership dropping significantly. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I don't think I have anything more to say, so I'm just gonna end it here, and I'm gonna have to clear my nose, clearly. But you guys, you tell me down in the comments, what did you think of this episode, of my reaction, of my theories? Theory, I guess, because I have only one noted, but I think I spelled out a couple more, so do let me know. As long as you keep it spoiler-free, it's all fine and good. If you want to talk spoilers, my Discord is right here. You can join it. There's a Shield Hero channel where you can use spoiler tags to talk about spoilers, or you can not use spoiler tags and talk about non-spoilery stuff, and I will be able to join the discussion. Like this video? If you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases, and not only Shield Hero, but also Symphogear G, Review Starlight, Virgin Road, Spy X Family, and Skeleton Knight in Another World. I have a lot of anime to watch this season. And share this video, of course, if you know someone who would enjoy it, if you think you know someone who would enjoy it, spread the word, because the more you spread the word about my channel, the more YouTube itself starts recommending my videos, and it's great to see some organic growth to the channel itself. And of course, you can support me monetarily. If you have some spare change, you can join my Patreon down in the description. For just $1, you get access to a role on my Discord server, you get a place in the credits, you get some recognition, and for $10 you also get early access to non-seasonal shows, which this time around is Symphogear G and Review Starlight. So if you're into that, you know what to do. If you're not, spread the word. That also helps very much so. And right now, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Cheers. I said cheers. There we go. Those are the credits I was talking about, and you can get your very own spot here for just $1 a month.